Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is one of my biggest hypes. You guys don't understand. Nobody understands. It's not a thing that people understand. I'm so hyped for this. It's like...
Alfonso, this is Optimus Prime. Transform and roll out.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. This is your boy Alfonso Peterman. Hope you guys are having a great January. Guys, we have just crossed the threshold. We are less than 100 days away from the epic MCU film that is about to drop called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This film is literally one of my biggest hypes probably since it was announced, honestly. I mean, I was more hyped for this than No Way Home before No Way Home dropped. I am just a huge Doctor Strange fan, and I'm a huge fan of his contribution in Infinity War and Endgame, and I'm a huge fan of WandaVision. Definitely my favorite Disney Plus show so far. So we are about to approach basically like a giant collab movie of the two, and this is going to be very exciting. So in this video, we're going to talk about everything that we know and everything that we can rightfully assume about what to expect in the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness film. We literally haven't gotten a Doctor Strange film since the first Doctor Strange film. It's time. I'm ready. I'm here. So obviously there's a lot of things that we kind of already can expect. We've already gotten the official trailer, and there's a few other things that we've gotten as well in terms of like the official like marketing poster, and there's always a bunch of tweets that's going out, official things about it. This thing has already got incredible bones, being directed by Sam Raimi, obviously the OG director for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, and we also have a confirmed character that we are going to expect, which is Miss America, played by the one and only America Chavez. One of the things we can definitely confirm just from what we've seen in the trailer pretty much revealed a pretty solid piece of information, which is when Doctor Strange basically approached Wanda, there was an immediate connection with WandaVision and the Multiverse of Madness. Wanda apologizes for what she did with Westview and WandaVision, but Stephen Strange had a different concern. He had something else to worry about, and that was the multiverse breaking out. He's basically like, yo, I messed up, I screwed up, I'm gonna need your help, sis. She's like, yeah, no, like, I hear that, like, I hear all of your concerns, but I just, like, hexed an entire city. So that's kind of a problem, like, on my end. Like, can you be, like, my support system for that? He's like, listen, sis, I feel that, but that's, like, a city. This is, like, the whole freaking universe. We gotta get together. So, like, that's pretty much what we kind of saw in the trailer, and that was cool. One thing that I find cool about that moment is that they both are basically meeting each other after making a really big mistake. They're both made huge mistakes. Doctor Strange in his spell with No Way Home, and then Wanda with her insane depression-centered hex Westview. So right off the bat, we can already pre-establish that these two characters are both flawed and fragmented. They made mistakes. They're trying to recover and fix their issues, but it seems Doctor Strange's mistake is bigger and badder. It's the multiverse. And interestingly enough, the connection between WandaVision and the Multiverse of Madness, both of those things have already kind of been pre-established since WandaVision actually dropped. They planned a Doctor Strange cameo for WandaVision, where in that commercial where you see the doctor handing off, or the pharmacist handing off the prescription, that was supposed to be Stephen Strange basically giving like a signal to Wanda, but they scrapped that because obviously it's Wanda's story. They didn't want to take too much out of it, and as we know, Scarlet Witch emerged. She knocked the crap out of Agatha, returned her to her former state, or her hexed state, and at the end, we actually see Scarlet Witch studying the Darkhold, which is a very evil book. I think it's called like the Book of Sins or the Book of the Damned. It's a bad book. It's a bad book. It's a book for villains, let me tell you. And she's studying it. So she's actively like getting involved and practicing all of this dark magic. So who's to know? Who's to say what we are going to see in terms of her contribution? Is she going to be more of a villain, or is she going to be more of like on the good side as a hero trying to repair the multiverse? Because she's been exposed to a lot of the secrets of the Darkhold, and one of the biggest clues I feel that we are going to get more clarity on in Multiverse of Madness is at the end, the very final few seconds of WandaVision, when she hears her children screaming for help. Now that, even as I like say it, it sends chills, because her children don't exist. Those kids don't exist. That was all part of her creation of her mind. That was all a figment of the Hex. So the fact that after the destruction of Westview, she still hears those kids, that just shows you right there that either they existed in the multiverse since the moment the Hex started when she created Westview, or that moment is probably the moment when the multiverse kicked in. Could also be the moment where in Loki we see all of the timelines branching off and all these Nexus events happening where He Who Remains died. It could also be the moment where Doctor Strange, literally in No Way Home, made the mistake with the spell and practically brought in the multiverse. So that all could be happening at the same time, which is my individual theory. It could be wrong, but I foresee that this signaling of her children is definitely an idea that the multiverse is here. They exist in real life in another universe. So we could even see a return of the kids in a future MCU film. Honestly, Quicksilver. Like on the oh my god. The MCU, by doing this, literally just like branched out insanely. Totally spread out its arms and all of the reach and the possibilities. Who knows what's going to happen now? One thing I do find super cool is that in the Multiverse of Madness trailer, we see Scarlet Witch kind of in a sort of modified suit from WandaVision, kind of like her cinema debut suit. It's pretty sick, and she's there and she's doing her thing. But this is definitely significant. This is the first official full-length production that we're having with Scarlet Witch in her full power, in her full might. She is probably the strongest Avenger. This girl almost killed Thanos without even realizing her powers fully, without even becoming the Scarlet. It was just Wanda. Wanda almost killed Thanos. Who's to say the powers of Scarlet Witch hasn't? Even the Darkhold says that her power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme, which is technically wrong since, you know, Doctor Strange was blipped, but Doctor Strange still did carry the title of Sorcerer Supreme. So he still has that expertise, he still has the secret hidden knowledge that a Sorcerer Supreme would. So this is One thing that I found really interesting during research is that I found a report from Backstage that basically says, and I quote, "After the events of Avengers Endgame, Dr. Stephen Strange continues his research on the Time Stone, but an old friend turned enemy puts an end to his plans and causes Strange to unleash unspeakable evil." Okay, let's just unpack that. So Doctor Strange still shows continued interest in the Time Stone, even after its destruction, which I find very interesting. So there's something about the Time Stone that he's trying to figure out after messing up with this multiverse. I mean, my guess would be maybe he's trying to study the power of the Time Stone, maybe trying to reconstruct the Time Stone somehow, or maybe trying to study if there's a spell he can cast that would probably have the same effect as the Time Stone, reversing time, because of the fact that he made a mistake during the spell in No Way Home. Maybe he's trying to reverse this multiverse mistake that he made. Who knows? But the fact that he's studying the Time Stone is very interesting. But the way that it says it's put to an end. So another friend of his, an old friend turned enemy, puts an end to his research, basically gets in his way. So maybe there's someone that knows something that he doesn't know. It could be Wong. You know, Wong could be like, "Look, dude, you already messed up with the spell, and you're trying to make the Time Stone again, or you're trying to, you know, go back in time without the Time Stone. Dude, you're messing up. You gotta stop." It could be that. My guess could be Scarlet Witch herself. She knows the Darkhold. She knows a lot of the different inner workings of the black magic and everything. So he might not even have the same knowledge she has after she studied the Darkhold. So she's probably gonna stop him and say, "Hey, this is not really the best idea. Trying to do what you're trying to do, like, this is not gonna work, Jack. You gotta stop." And that might put a bit of tension between the two. He's probably frustrated from his mistake. She's already, you know, post-depression. So they're probably gonna bat heads. And that's probably where we're gonna see Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch go out in a full-on fight. I don't even know what that's gonna look like. Honestly, I have no clue what to expect. Her with her powers of Hex and his and all of his insanity. Like, them two fighting, I really want to see it. I don't want them to be enemies long term, but I do want to see a temporary fight just to see what the two likely strongest Avengers look like in a battle. Like, what does that look like on the big screen in CGI? I just can imagine. Another possibility of this old friend turned enemy could be his old friend Karl Mordo. We have definitely seen these two guys argue and go at it about what Doctor Strange has been up to, and even with the Ancient One, you know, Karl has definitely been feuding with him and saying that he's misusing his magic. And even in the post-credit scene of Doctor Strange, we can see that Karl Mordo made a vow that he is going to put an end to those that are misusing magic. Definitely possible to either see Karl Mordo or Wong or Scarlet Witch. I'm banking on Scarlet Witch. I feel like she's gonna be the one to step in. She's the only one that can really truly stand a chance against Doctor Strange. So that's what I really want to see. In addition to all of that insanity, there has been insane amounts of reports of nothing but cameos. The multiverse broke out. So anybody from any variant, from any universe can show up. Optimus himself could show up. It's multiple universes. But we definitely have a lot of different people suspecting that we're gonna see mutants. We're finally gonna see them debut into the MCU. We're probably gonna see Magneto. We're probably gonna see Mr. Fantastic himself. We're probably gonna see all four of the beautifully Fantastic Four, including that Human Torch, Chris Evans. I'm telling you guys, if that man shows up in this movie, if I see Chris Evans again in an MCU film, after my heart being broken that he's leaving as Cap, and I see him again in whatever form, in whatever variant of whatever universe, he shows up in 2022 in an MCU film, I'm gonna scream so loud they're gonna hear me in the multiverse. I am trying to not expect it. I don't want to expect it because it may not happen. Chris Evans did say he has been filming a lot of cameos recently. He can come in as the Human Torch. He can come in as a Hydra version of Captain America. We can get versions of Loki show up. We can get versions of anything. There's even this really insane rumor that Tom Cruise is going to be coming in as like a variant of Iron Man in Doctor Strange. Multiverse of Madness. Now, there's a lot of really conflicting emotions among the internet with this. I don't know. I mean, if it's a variant, it's not really Tony Stark or the one that we connected with. If it's a version of him, then whatever. I mean, it's probably going to be a little bit different, but just kind of have the same overall framework. It would be interesting. It would be kind of cool. I would like to see how they do that. I mean, I don't know. That's like a lot, but yeah, I mean, bring it. It's the multiverse. Bring what you got. Bring what you got, fam. This is how insane this is. This is why I love the multiverse. And in Spider-Man No Way Home, that was one of the things I really looked forward to, is seeing this whole thing with the multiverse pretty much break out, and we really got a chance to see it. So I'm excited to see how many characters they bring in the Multiverse of Madness and how they all tie into the overall plot. And will they assist? Will they actually start fighting? I mean, are they going to get along? Like, how is that chemistry going to happen? Like, how are they going to blend this? That's what I'm most hyped for. I want to see how this all comes together, because I know it will. This is Marvel Studios. They don't fail us. This is not The Last Night, guys. This is Marvel Studios. They don't fail us. And I'm hyped. I'm super hyped for this. But above all, guys, I just can't wait to see the insane CGI live-action insanity that they're probably going to give us in this film. I can imagine what the final battle is going to look like. I can imagine what Doctor Strange versus Evil Strange is going to look like. I can imagine what the Scarlet Witch is going to do, and whatever other character drops. So let me know in the comment section below, guys. What are you hyped for? Are you hyped for this movie? If you're hyped, give it a rating, 1 to 10. How big is your hype? Mine is obviously 11. And just let me know, what do you guys want to see in this film? What kind of cameos do you want to see? What do you want to see between Strange and Wanda or Scarlet Witch? What do you want to see with Evil Strange? Like, what are you expecting? What are your thoughts? Drop them in the comment section below. I know I'm hyped because It's about to get real, baby. We're less than 100 days. It's supposed to release on May 6th, 2022, and I'm more than hyped. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Alfonso Nation. Would really appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.